Hey, it's your reigning supreme, the Doll Queen. Welcome back to my channel. And by the time this comes out, everyone in their left butt cheek has already decided to review Real Drama, so I'm a little late on it, but it's whatever, because we do have my Real Drama dolls today with Cleo, the new one, and Clawdeen, who I missed out on last time. So yeah, and as you can see already, we're going to start off at the bat that these boxes, just like in the 2022 releases, come beat up as fuck. Like, they're trashed every single time. So my Clawdeen, the worst. Like, that's really bad. They just do not hold up very well, so I do understand now why. Like, look at that. I understand now why they have, fully plastic shells in G3, because retailers do not know how to handle boxes anymore. At least ones of like this thin of cardboard. Then Cleo's box is also a little messed up, but it's not as bad, I guess, but it's still not great. And then I got Laguna once again, because if you remember, back in 2022, I did review this doll because I got her from Big Bad Toy Store on a random restock because they were that hard to get. They sold out in under 2 minutes on Mattel Creations, and like any Amazon or whatever listings, they were just gone. So I had to go there, and I was like, well, I have to buy one right here, right now, in this allotted time, so I can't even look and see if they have like Clawdeen or like any of the others and add it to cart. Like, I have to buy them right now. So I ended up just getting Laguna, and I don't have regrets for that. So if I never ever got Clawdeen, I would have been okay with that, but I'm so glad they did a re-release. So I wanted a Laguna new unbox. She also came a little crushed, but she was the only one that came in bubble wrap, so she's not terrible, but she's not great either. So I had to like tape down this top part, and they're showing up at select Walmarts. I have no clue. Like, people are still getting them in their Walmarts like today, and it's like random Walmarts, and it's today. It's the like September 4th, so we're still getting some of them popping up. If a Walmart near me gets them, I will pick up a Laguna that has a fresh, great box. I don't care what her screening looks like. If it's like slightly off, like this one is slightly off, but like, I don't care. This is an inbox doll. It's like, as long as I can get a good box on a Laguna, I'm set. But this already is good enough for me, so I'm not like too upset about it. Or it's not like the biggest of deals, but it would be nice if a Walmart near me got them. And to compare, I did bring my 2022 Laguna, who is right here. She's so pretty. Y'all released the bangs on her. It's so cute. So like kind of emo, but I love it. But yeah, you can see here, screening wise, they're about the same. I feel like mine has like bigger lips. But yeah, other than that, not really seeing a difference facially. Clothes pattern wise, they look to be about the same. They still have the glitter on the shorts, which I love, and the glittery gray fins are still there too. So good to know that not much changed. I'm curious about the body types though, because these ones use the terrible arm pegs and stuff that we got for a while. So I'm hoping that we got the good arm pegs and stuff, because it took years of complaining. But yeah, if I also find them in person, I may or may not get Frankie. Draculaura, I don't really think I'll get it all, but Frankie, I've been like, maybe not. And thankfully, she's been the least popular, so I have a lot of time to think about it, and my thought process has come to the end of, if I find her in person, sure, but if I don't, then no, because I need to see her in person to really know if I want her. But same old packaging as before with Monster High. Up here, it says Real Drama, And then poster inside with a little studded arrow and whatever their signature color is. So for Clawdeen, it is purple. Then we have all of these little stage lights with more stage lights up there. Then back here, we see a little full moon with the purple background and a little rip with the poster right there. We can see Crescent and Admit 1 Clawdeen Wolf ticket. And then we have a reel of all of like little close shots of the poster, which is cool. So yeah, there's that. It's supposed to look like a ticket booth like shape, which is really cool. Like it's very theater, very awesome. Then we just have spider webs on the side of whatever their signature color is. So for Clawdeen, it is the purple. We have Monster High on the top. Then on the back, we see a full little glam shot, which they totally could have just taken the G1 artwork and edited it to be black and white, like change the colorway. Like I feel like that would have been perfectly fine, but I also don't mind a little glam shot either, where we see the hair swooping because it is longer hair than usual. It's G3 length hair. But yeah, she looks really pretty. And here it says, Fashion Frightmares Beware. Clawdeen Wolf is the fiercest fashionista at Monster High, and this wolf in chic clothing is on the prowl. I mean, you can have the barcode, but they're probably all gone by now, but by the time this goes up, but you can have that. Then Cleo is the new ghoul this time, which I'm glad they added Cleo. I hope that we get more of these because they're pretty cool. Deuce and Ghoulia, at least, I would like to see, because I want Ghoulia. And if they add Deuce, I'll buy him, because I am in full support of the Monster High Boy dolls, because they are good dolls, and they just don't get a lot of love. Like, I really want Holt. Anyways, so as you can see, her light, or her, like, light up sign or whatever is yellow. If you did not know, my favorite color is yellow. So I already knew that before seeing Cleo. I was like, she is a must. She's going to be a hit for me, because I'm a yellow bitch. I love yellow. So she may or may not end up dethroning Laguna. We will see. And that is hard to do, especially a signature look Laguna. Her backdrop appears to be a moon as well, I guess? Or maybe it's curtains? I'm not sure. But there's a little rip with Cleo's little face in there of her new artwork. We see the little mini poster, Cleo Nile. Oh, it doesn't have Admit 1 on it. Maybe they forgot it. And then hers has a little like hanger thing, while Clawdeen and Laguna's didn't. So they definitely just like reproduced the other four like entirely of like how they did it, and then Cleo they just like made their own way, and then I guess found some typos or missing stuff on the way. Then Cleo on the back is stunning, and this is a hand-painted prototype. You can see little paint strokes, super cute. The swooshing hair is gorgeous on her. And we have That's a Wrap. Cleo Nile isn't just Monster High royalty. She sits on the cinematic throne too, and rules the screen in scare-tastic style, which is pretty cool. All her stuff is yellow as well. Love this color. And then there is her barcode. Again, probably useless by the time this goes up, but wanted to do it anyway. So now let's get these bitches with busted up boxes out of the box. Specifically Clawdeen, she needs to get out of there. All right, so now let's start off with Miss Clawdeen. So Cleo, you go in the back. So for Clawdeen, we can start off with the poster. So that is Clawdeen's. It feels like nice. It's just as nice as Laguna's was. It has these little rounded edges. That's important. We will get to that. But we can see Clawdeen here howling at the moon. This artwork is done by Darko Dark, who no longer works at Mattel. So this Cleo artwork is one of the last ones that he did. But we have the same little background as the back of the box. I don't know why that took me so long to think. But yeah, there's Crescent also howling, which I think is silly because Crescent is a cat. And then we have just like basically her and Crescent ripping through this like wallpaper or whatever, and then, you know, obviously the outside is behind them. Pretty cute. Has her name up there. This will be hung up with Laguna's. And then you get a miniature doll-sized version of the poster that is also in nice print. Pretty cool. I'm gonna put this, Laguna's and Cleo's, in the like Monster High G3 school. I think that'll be fun. And then we have Crescent, which, ooh, I forgot to bring the pets over, but that's okay. We have Crescent, who looks exactly the same, except has purple eyes, these like pink purple eyes, pretty cute. And then has, I think that's silver on it? Yeah. It's at least white right there. And then, let me see about the top. Yeah, it is painted slightly silver. I just wanted to make sure I'm not misinforming. And then just as like pliable as the original Crescent. It's still really like Crescent and the fact that Clawdeen had a cat. I don't like in G3 that Crescent's a dog now. It just doesn't, I don't like it as much. It's more fun. And then moving on to Clawdeen herself. She's stunning. Yeah, so to mention, they don't come with diaries and they don't come with brushes or purses, because instead you get the 2 posters, which I think we should have gotten at least a brush. Like, do I really care about the brush? No. I'm fine without it. But like piece count, it makes more sense. A diary, I don't know how they would approach that. Maybe just like a whole new story, but they don't pay the people at Mattel enough to like write a whole story about that, you know? And then I don't really care about the purses. The only purses that are actually like good from the first batch that are like iconic is obviously Laguna's fishbowl purse. I wish we got that, and I wish we got Draculaura's umbrella. The other 3, they don't really have like stellar purses. Like, they're fine, but they're not like, oh my god, they're so great, you know? I don't know if that's a controversial opinion or not, but that's what I think. So starting off with her hair, it is pretty long. It goes down to her calves, but since it is wavy saran, it is a little matted right here. Yeah, it definitely needs a wash, but it feels nice, at least. Like, I can tell this is gonna wash up really nicely. And it is just black with these little purpley strands in the front, which remind me of Monster Fest Clawdeen's hair color. So I guess similar to that. I'm starting to lose light, y'all. I'm gonna have to end up turning on the lights, and that I usually like to do my videos in sunlight, but artificial light it is. Yeah, that's already better. Unfortunate because it's a yellow tinted light, but whatever. So moving in to her skin tone, it is this gray color that I think matches pretty well, but it is has a slight purple hue to it, which I think is pretty fun and a nice throwback to her like Freak du Chic doll. Although I still think it's weird that she got, you know, grayed out in Freak du Chic and then turned purple in Great Scary Reef when no one else did. So yeah, I thought that was always weird. But it's okay, because she ended up still pretty in those lines. I don't know if people like Great Scary Reef, but I would low-key like to have Toralei, Frankie, and Laguna. So I wouldn't mind if those got reproduced, but those will never get reproduced. But we have, I wish that her hair, instead of being just black, was dark gray. I feel like that would have made more sense, but does gray even come in saran? I don't think they've ever done gray, and if they have, it's not readily available, so I get it. But I think gray would have matched better with what her hair and skin tone are on her actual doll. And then the rooting is nice. You can see, oh, I take that back. You can see a plug right there that is missing. There's supposed to be a plug there. But it is okay, because she has wolf ears, so it like separates the hair kind of, but you can easily like shift this a little right there and then you're fine. But other than that missing plug, I hope she's not bald. And yeah, she looks fine. It was just that one random plug, which is unfortunately right next to the hairline. Then she has these silver hoops. So this is like the only time that you'll ever catch Clawdeen in silver, because canonically silver harms werewolves. So very fun. But we have silver hoops on both sides. I also miss Clawdeen having double piercings, because Clawdeen has a sculpt for one side of a double piercing in G3, but they rarely use it, and it sucks, because I love just like the double hoop, like shit like this. Like, it looks good. I want to see some more double hoops on Clawdeen and G3. That would be nice. And then her face up is very pretty. It's pretty close to our Creeproduction face, maybe slightly different. I feel like the eyes look slightly different, but yeah, they are now printed a little bit lower. So as you can see on the sculpt, they are printed a little bit lower and stuff to make them look better on the face. And they did that with the Creeproduction because, you know, G1 dolls, as like cool as their fashion and designs are, they tended to have wall eyes. It was bad. Like, they did not know how to do the screenings and make them look right. So I'm glad that we have these faces. Like, people were like, oh, they don't look like G1. Y'all, they were facing in two different directions. Like, let's be serious. But yeah, she has just a gray smoky eye this time instead of the purple. And then we still have this like holographic silver glitter. It's sick as fuck. I'm so glad that mine has a generous amount on both eyes. And then her eyes are purple, which are really cool. Then she has black lips, which I guess technically her lips would be dark gray like Cleo's, but I'm never gonna complain about a black lip. And then we have her beautiful little jacket, which this part was always black, but now this trim is gray, and they used the same trim on Laguna's. So like, of course, they were gonna source the correct little trim here, which this, I feel like, is this like a stretchy ribbon, or like, I'm not too sure what this material is, but it looks great as like a trim, and I wish that they would kind of use it again, but I don't know what design they would use it on. Then we have this light gray fur that's nice and soft, just like the OG. And then we have a little tank top of hers that is made out of the same like stretchy material, and then has the glitter applied tiger stripes. Or is this zebra stripes? I am confused. I'm pretty sure it's tiger. And it is on both sides, do not worry. And then we have the two little layer ruffled in the front. If I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a big fan of the ruffle on this look, but maybe the ruffle was in back in 2009. I don't know, but that has been like my least favorite part of the look for like my whole life. And then we have this same like gray plastic for the earrings as we used right here, with a little darker gray pendant. And then we have a black choker, which I love this choker, it's great. And then we have silver studs on it rather than the gold. Then we have her belt with silver studs on them, and then this grayed out skirt with this satin material. It kind of feels like the rest of Mattel satin, maybe a little bit nicer than like, say, the princess dresses, but like, it's nothing to write home about. It's not MGA satin. And then we have black layer of tulle, which is exactly the same as the OG. And then, like, I don't know, I just think this look is really cute. It's very, like, non-monstrous, rather than, you know, she didn't really get, like, a really werewolf look originally. She just kind of got a chic look, and I'm okay with that. And then we have these socks, which are gray, and they go all the way down to her heels. They're toeless socks. Wish we could see some more socks in G3 that are full socks when we need them. And then just the belt buckles and belts are painted in the same gray color. This wedge part on the original doll was painted light gray, but they actually skipped that on the Creeproduction too. And then the zipper was never painted, but these should have been silver, but were never painted silver, I guess, for this one, which is fine. Cut budget, where you do. everything else is there, so I'm not like too pissed about it. It's literally just some belt buckles. So yeah, that is Clawdeen, and she has articulation in the head, shoulder, elbow, wrist, hip, and knee. So all the right articulation, and I'm curious to see what arm pegs these use. Oh my god, this is really difficult to get off. But it's twisting. Man, I can see this thin little spindly peg in there. Fuck, why? Y'all literally started using the better, like, arm joints. Literally on, like, Skeletor dolls, too. Like, fucking throw away this, like, joint sculpt already. Throw it away. Throw away the mold. So they can't even try and use it. Throw it away. Do it. Very annoying. Very, very, very annoying. Ugh. But we do have Miss Regular Clawdeen here. So facially, yeah, they do look slightly different. And it's definitely the iris and pupil placement. Because this Clawdeen looks like she's looking forward. This one looks like she's looking up. So, yeah, very different. I also wish that G3 Clawdeen's eyes were yellow. But that's because I like yellow. And it makes more sense as a werewolf, but whatever. Maybe that's why I liked Clawdeen when I was a kid, because of her yellow eyes. But then I should have liked Cleo more, but I never really did. I don't know. But yeah, you can see all the differences. They're pretty similar. Obviously, I prefer full-colored versions, but this is still really cool. And I think it's funny that these came into fruition because they were trying to rival Shadow High. If you didn't know, that's definitely why they were made. Like, no joke. Yeah, so that is Miss Clawdeen. And then we're moving on to Miss Cleo de Nile. And Cleo is the new release, as I already said. So here is her poster, which looks pretty cool. So it is a moon, but we have like pyramids in the back, which I didn't realize on the back of her box until I took it out. But we have Cleo de Nile in gold right there, which if you look at everyone else's, like it just says Clawdeen's first name, Laguna's first name, Frankie's first name. So like, I don't know why Cleo got her full name, like whatever. And then the TM mark there, like Clawdeen didn't get that. And if you look, Cleo's has sharp edges, while Clawdeen's has a rounded edge like the rest of them. So I feel like those are very easy things to fix, but they just didn't. So a little unfortunate, but this is a really pretty artwork of her just gazing at you with light from above. So really fun. And then this is the mini poster. And if you notice, this is like a warm gray, while if you look at Clawdeen's, it is a cool gray. So, fun difference in their posters. And then we have Hisette here with her typical fixins all grayed out. So we have her little ring at the tail, that and all the jewelry that is painted in a darker gray. And then the tiara, darker gray, and then her eyes are yellow. So, she got that jaundice. I like her though. Don't make fun of her jaundice. And then we have Cleo de Nile herself, who is very pretty, but her hair definitely has styling wax in it. And I'm not a fan. I don't like styling wax very much. But I will keep it in the bangs, so I'm just gonna wash the rest of the hair. And since we're talking about hair, I guess we'll just start off there. Her hair is black, just like Cleo's hair normally is, but there's no brown streaks, and instead are replaced with these yellow streaks, which are gorgeous. I love yellow, obviously, and black and yellow looks amazing together. So I love this, and I'm actually gonna compare it to, yeah, I have Laguna over here. G3 Laguna. So you can see people are like, this is yellow, which yes, but it's a light shade of yellow to where this gives blonde, while this is yellow. Like you can really tell a difference. So people exaggerate and say her hair is like this yellow, but it's not. It's a pretty golden blonde color, and people like are hating on it and like the platinum more. And I do like platinum on G3 Laguna, but I think this like more golden blonde I like more. But that I'm also a yellow fan, so like I don't know. Random side tangent. I just thought I would point that out because we haven't gotten yellow Saran in a hot minute. But she also has gold tinsel in here, which is interesting. I thought she would have gotten silver tinsel to go with the rest of everything being silver, but like it doesn't look bad. I was just a little shocked by it. And then she has her same headband, but it's all cast in a singular plastic, silver plastic, no extra painted details on it. It's not electroplated like the original, which is very disappointing because this should have been electroplated silver. They can do it. They do the electroplating on Barbie Dream Besties, so they can definitely do it here. But she has the same old earrings. And then for her face up, it looks like the Creeproduction face up, like almost entirely. Okay, now looking at mine, this one has a little bit of a slightly larger eye, but it's nothing to worry about. But their Creeproduction Cleo looks almost exactly like OG Cleo, so she's a little wall-eyed, but that's okay. Then she does have eyebrows under there. I just don't really want to super mess with her bangs. And then the same old Cleo makeup, but in gray. And then her lips are really interesting because this isn't a black lip. It's a super dark gray lip with a lighter gray highlight right there, just like her doll with her red lips. And I think that's really interesting. So it makes for a very like intense, like really cool lip. And then the same like flared out wings on the eyes. And then she has a light gray, or like, I don't know, medium tone gray, wherever the fuck, for the little gem on her eye. And then she has yellow eyes, just like her G3 counterpart. Looks very cool. Curious now. They are different shades of yellow. Yep, this one is a little warmer than this one, like more towards orange. I was just curious, sorry y'all. Then we have her little choker right here that velcros in the back. Then her little wrap overlay thing with a dark gray, made of the exact same materials, same lace, and then the same like sparkly fabric, but instead of in blue, it is in silver with black trims. Like, see, this is so good, and it was $27. Like, they can give us so much better. Like, after they did this, I buy a lot of my G3 dolls on sale now because I know they can do better, but they refuse to. You don't have to do that. I'm just saying that I do. And then we have a silver little armband. It doesn't stay on the best. I think it's a slightly warped, but it is okay. It stays on for the most part. And then we have this side with a little armband of the grayed out mummy print with the little hanging bits. And then this side has a silver bracelet that closely matches her skin tone. Yeah, and as a skin tone, she is obviously her darker gray, because like if we compare it with Laguna, they are slightly different skin tones. And then like obviously her and Clawdeen are different, so I love that they did the different grays, like, and it looks very comparable. Then we have the same bodysuit of the just grayed out mummy wrap with little tassel sewn right here, and all of this threading is silver metallic threading versus the gold metallic threading that we normally get. So I thought that was fun. Then we got the same like silver plastic used right here. See, this shit does not stay on. I'm definitely gonna need some rubber bands over it. But yeah, same little jeweled belt. And then we have her phone, which there is a rubber band here, but this kind of fell out of it. But I love that we still got her phone and her phone holder, but in like a gray this time. I would have preferred a little more sparkle to these silver accessories. Like, I feel like the gold ones usually look really sparkly, but these ones are not giving as silvery as they need to be. But still has a black detailing on it, which is cool. And then her shoes are really interesting. They're black at the bottom, just like the OGs, but there's no silver stud detailings on the like front part right here, like the original was gold. And then for the, like, I don't know, dry brushing that they did, they UV printed all of the shading on it, which I've never been against UV printing on shoes. It allows for really nice gradients, and to do kind of the wash thing that they did originally, they probably tried it first, but it wasn't working, so they had to use UV to get that right, like, aged look that they wanted. It's like, I don't mind that. I just wish that this part was painted silver to match the other. And, like, especially if this isn't going to be electroplated, like, girl, come on. So, obviously a little lower quality than the Creeproduction, but it's not, like, significantly lower quality. It's, like, small things. But, yeah, you can see the difference here, and face up as well. They're very, very close, if not, like, exact. And you can see what he's talking about with the lip, with the little highlight. Yeah, she's very good. Very, very good. And then see how this is electroplated? This is just plain, and it sucks. Like, at least paint the jewels a darker gray. Like, fucking hell. Yeah, you can see everything else. Then you can see what I mean. Like, it's like, I don't know, like a thin gold paint that's been, like, applied to it, but it still works. Well, they probably tried that with this, but it probably wasn't looking right. And then you can see the little gold studs painted right there. No silver studs here. So yeah, that kind of sucks, but it's okay. So that is my Real Drama dolls. Overall, I think they're great. And even if, like, small things weren't done, like non-electroplated or any paint on the headband, no paint down here, no painted belt buckles, they still are pretty nice quality, especially compared to G3 dolls for their price point. Like, this compared to Scary Sweet Birthday, like, these quality-wise just blow them out of the water. But Scary Sweet Birthday also comes with a little more accessories, but, like, and if these are, like, so far these are looking like they're more widely available than the others, like the other Creeproductions. Well, I guess they are close to the same availability as Toralei and Operetta, except that these are actually popping up in some stores. So they're a little more available, and I like that a lot, and I wish and hope that the next round of Creeproductions, being like Venus, Rochelle, Rebecca, are going to be just as widely available as this. And then I forgot to check her arm joint, because she's newer. Like I said, they used exact same, like, methods on the OGs, meaning old sculpts, I guess. But yeah, see, Cleo got the new arm peg. Why didn't Clawdeen get that? That's so weird, because they have the sculpts, they just didn't do it. It's kind of like how Operetta got that treatment too, compared to Toralei and the twins. It's just so weird. But this is their first Cleo having this peg sculpt, if you did not know, which is crazy, but it's true. Anyways, yeah, very happy with the hair on Cleo, though. Very fab. If I had to pick a favorite between Cleo, Clawdeen, and Laguna, oof, I would probably still say Laguna, because they actually did change her screening, and it's still just so pretty. And I love the sparkly fins and stuff. So I think I'd still give it to Laguna, but Cleo is really good, and Clawdeen is great too. I don't know. If I get Frankie, I'll do a separate review and, like, tell you my ranking of the 4 after I wash them, because that really makes a difference of how good their hair looks, because, like, Clawdeen's hair is a mess right now. Anyways, ramblings aside, if you wanted them, I hope you got them. Draculaura, I think, is, like, sold out everywhere, but, like, it's Draculaura, so duh. And it's really nice as a Draculaura hater, because I don't have to worry about it. So, from me, Scream, a great, universal, glorious, fantabulous day. Toodles!